And what we have here is we are looking at this dotted blue cycle right there. And if I bring down the axis, you can see we are looking at some key levels on the downside from 110, 105 to 107, 005. Likely to hold that zone and then to start to turn back to the upside. Clearly have a negative bias still here on the weekly. Again, this is a 76-week dominant cycle if you want to put that on your charts. Again, we have to really see this turn up in a strong way to give us some clear sign that this big dominant is the one that is in play. It is important to not lose sight of what that intermediate term bias is still. It is still negative until it can show us something on the daily that tells us that a key low has formed, and it simply has not yet done that. On the daily, again, there's also some lack of clarity here on the daily as to where this low is, as to whether it formed here on 928 or whether it's actually still forming here right now. What is clear is that we still have a clearly negative short-term bias on this daily time frame as well. Now, if this were to stay in line, let's assume that this was the low right here, and then we got into this, what would be a left-hand translation, we would look for this zone from 111,290 to 112,220 to be where this would fail in quickly, and then to get another sell-off there if this is a left-hand translation on this cycle. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. If it starts to work its way through the 78.6 at 113.075, that would say that we should look at this as that low. Okay, so we just need to wait and see, give us some better clarity. Sometimes in markets you're better off being in wait and see mode, waiting for a clear opportunity. That is certainly where we are right now in the bond market. If it rallies into this zone, fails quickly, it'll tell you that this is a left-hand translation. If it gets through the 78.6 and starts to work its way back to the upside and then starts to make a higher low, that would tell us that we should be watchful for a clear intermediate term bottom and look at this as a base, and then we can look for higher. So we just need to wait and see, how does this market react as it gets into these key levels here on the daily chart. That next low is due 11.1 to 11.8. If we